You're listening to Fiction Fairies, two authors chasing joy and creativity. I'm author Amanda Torrey.
And I'm author Christine DePetrillo. Welcome to our podcast where we amplify joy, whimsy, and the magic of the written word. How are you today, Miss Amanda?
I'm doing better now that I am here with you. So thank you for bringing me some
Yay.
joy today. How are you today?
Same. I feel the same way. Before I come to sit down and record the podcast, I might be in a terrible mood, but as soon as we're both up on screen, smiles abound.
Yes.
So,
and I especially got joy because as soon as slipping on my wings always brings me to that joyful place, and then I opened up the screen and you were there with your adorable little heart antenna. And it made me instantly smile, laugh, absolutely loved it. So check Christine out on the video.
With the wings today, I'm happy to report that coming into where I record, I remembered to sidestep my way in. So
Nice.
I finally feel like the wings are a part of me and I know how to navigate. It might be because I am wearing these heart antenna today that I had the full fairy sort of butterfly feeling going on, perhaps. I don't know.
You had to become one with them. You were missing your navigational device.
Yes. And I mean, I just love the way they wiggle. I mean, it's just fun stuff.
I love it. Oh, thank you for the smiles. Oh my goodness. Listener, if you're feeling the slightest bit not joyful, just even for a quick second, tune into the video. Check out Christine. She looks absolute fairy-like, perfect, joyful, wonderful, adorable.
Hey, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to bring the whimsy.
I love it. You brought the whimsy. You brought it.
Check. And you're looking fabulous as always.
Oh, and
I really think that you were made for wearing a tiara. I mean, I don't think everybody is, but I think you are. Definitely.
Thank you. Maybe I should just integrate it into normal life.
Imagine like you're just in the supermarket and you're like, yeah, I wear a tiara.
That's what I just do.
Yeah. And you shall all bow down to me.
Bow down to me. Please hand me the grapes.
Yes. Would you like help with your bags outside, Your Highness? Why, yes, I would.
I mean, you're kind of selling it nicely here. I might have to think about this.
Yeah, it might change the whole way that you interact with the world and the way the world interacts with you. Hey, Joylings, let's start a movement. Just if you have a tiara and if you don't go get one, and like just let's start wearing tiaras like out in the world and see what happens.
I am very for this movement. Yeah. I'm going to even get my little magic wand here and wish it to be because, I mean, come on. Why not have the tiaras?
Why not? I mean, the world's gone crazy anyway. We might as well wear tiaras.
Be crazy weird, bring the joy. Yeah, it's like our bat signal. Like, we're here for the joy.
I like it.
Fantastic. Well, one of the things we like to do here on Fiction Fairies is share what's in our chalice. So today, what I'm drinking in my Dream Bigger chalice is some vanilla chai that I brought home with me from Scotland. And it is delicious with some honey and some soy milk. Nice. And how about you, Christine? What's in your chalice today?
Bourbon. No, I'm kidding. Or am I kidding? You'll never know.
Let me smell that.
Yeah. Today I have my Moose and Pine Tree, very Vermontish mug. And I have juniper tea, which tastes like pine tree, and it's delicious.
Okay, that's just like the most fairy thing ever. Like you're drinking pine tree sap, basically. I love it.
So,
fantastic.
With bourbon. Oh, no.
I'm going to need some bourbon. Our main goal with this podcast is to meet authors and other creative people, go behind the scenes into the creative process, which we love, build a whimsical and weird community. How are we doing on that?
I don't know. Let's see.
Well, as the antennae are jiggling, I think pretty darn well. We as well highlight the power of play, which Christine is doing fantastically today. And we find joy in creativity because, hey, that is like the epicenter of joy. So, Christine, how did you invite joy into your life since our last episode?
Well, aside from discovering these antennae, my most recent joy is, and I've mentioned it before, but I'm just kind of really diving more into poetry lately. And
fairy-like as well, I think.
Yeah, I have. Well, wait till you hear the poem that I chose to share too. It's really on brand for today. But I have 2 books by Victoria Erickson. One is Edge of Wonder, and the other one is Rhythm and Roads. And I first discovered her on social media just because she often posts poems, and they're just so like kind of stream of consciousness and, like deep and uplifting. I mean, some are kind of sad and emotional, but a lot of them are uplifting, and they feel like a warm hug on the page. They kind of feel like you read it and you're like, yeah, she gets it. She gets it. And I did actually take a workshop with her last year, and it was about Persephone, and it was about like being both light and dark, and just the way that she wove that Persephone story into the poetry exercises that she had us do was kind of brilliant. And Absolutely. I sort of was like, yeah, any poetry books you write, I'm going to buy. So I'll just share one. And Joylings, if you've been paying attention, you'll know why I chose this one. So here we go. So this is from The Edge of Wonder by Victoria Erickson. Forests will always hold your secrets, for that's what forests are for. To separate and hide things, to protect, to comfort, to hold, to envelope, to demonstrate, to slow down, to hold, to teach. Go to the trees to explore your questions and dreams. Go to the trees to desire and seek. The world will listen as you walk, watch, soften, and breathe.
Oh, heavenly.
Love it.
That is beautiful. Oh, I love it.
And Joylings, you know how we feel about forests and trees, so that's why I picked that one. But I mean, I swear, sometimes I just pick these up, and I'm not someone like, if I read a book, it's done. I put it away. I almost, unless it's nonfiction, I don't ever really go back to it. But I find myself pulling these off and like just opening to any page, and seeing what poem wants to be seen again for whatever reason.
Message of the day.
Yeah, and I end up enjoying them all over again. So, so that's kind of been my recent joy, and I have links to those books and her work will be in the show description. And I really encourage people to check those out. So
I do follow her on Facebook, and I love seeing her snippets. I don't have any of her poetry books, but I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, well, a lot of her current things that she's been posting have really been about like 2026 being this year of like returning to like simplicity and creativity and like all the things that you and I love here. Yeah. And it just feels like when I read them, I'm like, yes, so yeah. What about you? What's your most recent joy?
Well, I took myself for a little writing retreat in Scotland.
Ooh.
I have a little flat there, and so I have to go every couple of months to check on it per my insurance rules. So I just went from like Wednesday to Sunday, and got to really immerse myself in writing. As some of you listeners may remember, I pretended like I was going to have a book come out last October, and didn't, because I finished it and then realized it wasn't what I wanted it to be. So I scrapped the whole thing and started over with the same character, same setting, same idea, but a kind of a different direction. So I, got a lot of work done, but also like I was able to go. I have this favorite hiking place that I go to there. It's like it's a glen kind of thing. It's very hilly, but it's like there's a river, and it's so beautiful. And I was fortunate enough to get good weather. And it was like in the 40s Fahrenheit. And there were quite a few people out there. I was surprised because I don't usually see a lot of people there. But I think everyone was just wanting to get out in the woods. And it was so that I get the most inspired there. I just like want the women's fiction cozy fantasy that I'm also, planning on writing and have been working on for a while now. It kind of was inspired by some things there. So I'm like constantly adding to my notes app, and it just creatively, I just felt like I really bloomed. And I also was able to take time every day to like read a paper, like a hardcover book that I brought with me from the library. And that was nice because I've mainly been doing a lot of like audiobooks and stuff because I'm just like really busy, and my focus it's been tricky, and I have dry eye, like lots of reasons. Sorry. But I was able to kind of like just build that into my day as kind of the ceremony, and I'd light a candle and just like relax with a cup of herbal tea and read my book. And it really, I feel like I kind of reset myself a little bit. And just having only my own company, just like being alone, as much as I love being around people and my loved ones, my friends, there is just something about solitude time, just kind of having that time with your own thoughts. So
yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, it sounds very like just full of retreat and ritual. And
it really was.
Yeah,
it was a good way to start the new year, I think, for me.
Fantastic, good. And of course, yay that you got writing done.
So excited. Like, I feel so invigorated. Like, I just feel like I love the way the story's going now. I liked it when I was writing it before. I loved everything about it, but there was something that I had wrong. And I kept forging through it because I had a deadline, and then I just couldn't bring it to the world the way it was. So scrapping your hard work is hard. That is not an easy thing, but I don't want to put out something that I'm not 100% proud of and that I love, so I love where it's going now. I'm very excited to release it, it won't be too long because got like,
and it's amazing too, like when you have a stretch of what you feel is like good writing, like the energy that can bring to like propel you on.
Absolutely.
Just hearing hearing and seeing you now talk about this, it's different than talking about it before. Like I can see that energy and feel it and hear it. So bottle it up.
I'm bottling it. Yes, it's
that.
There. I'm very like, I look forward to getting to the page every day, and like it doesn't feel like I'm trudging through. It feels like I'm just joyfully celebrating this work. And I feel like, anybody who loves creative works will understand that flow that you get into. And like just honoring it is, I don't know, there's something really magical about it. So
yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Glad to hear it. And talking about energy kind of leads us into our spirit of joy topic for this episode, which is kind of feeling that lack of energy and maybe even feeling a little bit down, a little bit blue during those darker days of winter. And again, whether it's, Arctic outside or that's not the kind of winter weather you have, there is something about that winter time that kind of makes us draw inward, and we're not always feeling like our most sunshiny selves. So we thought we would talk a little bit about that, and what we can do to brighten those darker days. So first of all, just thinking a little bit about what causes us to feel down during those dark, like December, January, February kind of months. And it's a mix of biology and environment and psychology, so those all kind of play together. But one of the things that causes you to feel down during the darker days is that sunlight affects your brain chemistry. So there are, things in your brain that increase and decrease during these dark months. So serotonin drops, which can lower your mood, and melatonin increases, which makes you feel kind of tired and sluggish. So that brain chemistry related to sunlight or the lack thereof can cause you to feel down.
I can so relate to all of that. And it's interesting because we're recording this on January 22nd, and this morning I actually saw something that posted, and I looked it up to see if it was accurate, that we just got through the darkest 10 weeks of the year.
I saw that as well. Yes.
And I was like, oh my goodness, how perfect that we're doing this now. Like, we made it through the 10 darkest weeks of the year in this part of the world that we're in. And what a great feeling to be out of that, to know that, like, even though like where I am, we're expecting a big blizzard coming and everything, and we're all kind of still getting through these dark times, but like spring is on the horizon. The light is going to be gradually increasing. But anyway, that's off topic of what I'm supposed to be talking about now, which is one of the other reasons why we get this kind of down, tired, sluggish mood is because of the circadian rhythm disruption. Your internal clock really relies on light cues. And so when we have these short days and the long nights, your body gets a little confused. It's like, wait, you expect me to go out and do the grocery shopping when it's dark out? Like, what? Whereas in the summer, we could just kind of like, spend until 9 p.m. out in our garden, and it's delightful. And then poor sleep quality really impacts mood and focus. I know that I struggle with sleep in general, but like in the winter, really want more of it and don't always get more of it. So
yeah, agreed. Yeah, those I'm like really in tune with those circadian rhythms, like for sure. And so, when it starts getting darker earlier, I'm just ready. I mean, to pack it all up and head to bed. And it's like 4:30.
Yes, yes.
So it really does mess me up a little bit, until I get into the flow of it. But another reason that you might feel down during these darker days, is that there are behavioral changes, because winter kind of naturally reduces activities that we might do that support mental health. So if you're somewhere where it's cold outside, you might be spending less time outside during these darker days. That's not true for me, but anyway, I think it's not true probably for most people that have a dog that would be outside regardless of what the weather is.
But maybe you're a little more like doing it a little more begrudgingly.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and maybe we're out there for a little bit of a shorter time. But
not frolicking quite as much.
Yes, yeah. Actually, maybe there'd be more frolicking to try to keep warm. But
True.
Anyhow, in general, you probably spend less time outside, and there's a little bit less movement. You might even have fewer social interactions because maybe the weather is keeping you from getting together with other people, and there's kind of sometimes just like less going on during these darker times. And so you might feel a little more isolated, and you might be turning to things that are a little bit more like screen time kinds of things, watching things or being online as like a replacement for going outside and moving. So those can cause you to feel down also.
Yeah, and then it kind of just feeds into itself, right? Like you just kind of like get into that cycle. And then there's the psychological and emotional factors. This is a huge one for me. Like the loss of novelty, my brain craves novelty like crazy. So like having fewer spontaneous plans and sensory stimulation, like it really does, that impacts you, especially if you're somebody who like requires that to function. There's also like the seasonal expectations, we have like all this pressure to be cheerful during the holidays and create, this like magic and everything that we might not be creating authentically, maybe. I mean, we just kind of have to push through. And it can create an emotional whiplash because once you're done with those holidays, it's still dark, it's still dreary. The snow might not be as enchanting if you've had it for the last 3 months. And, how do you feel? Like what's your body telling you? The slower pace can also be kind of like misinterpreted, right? Like rest and introversion are natural in the winter. That's a time when like animals, people historically had bunkered down, but we often interpret them as like something's wrong, like maybe if you feel lazy, you feel like you're not accomplishing all the things you should be accomplishing. And we have this like, the stress of like having to always be productive and always be pushing through it. And we're fighting nature here, So the mismatch between like what your body wants, like give me a warm, cozy blanket and a book, and what you think you should feel can really deepen that low mood. And you put a lot of pressure and shame and, on yourself. Definitely make you feel a little sad.
A little blue, yeah. And for some people, this feeling of being down during the darker months goes even deeper than what we're talking about. And, they can actually have what's called seasonal affective disorder. And, those symptoms are more intense and more persistent. And, you have more of these low mood days, your fatigue is more severe. You might even have like increased cravings for certain things like carbs in general. You might have difficulty concentrating. You might be withdrawing socially. And it's just a more severe version of this, feeling down during these darker days, these darker months. So again, it's not like a character flaw or anything. It's like a real condition that some people are feeling. So
definitely experienced that, and we'll talk about some ways that we have found to kind of lift ourselves out of some of that. And there's different levels of all different things, and then of course there's the individual sensitivity. Everybody's different. Some people are more affected due to things that we can't control: genetics, previous depression or anxiety, living farther from the equator. Like when you live in an area that like you can't even make vitamin D in the winter. You have to supplement, and people don't always know that they have to. And being especially sensitive to environmental changes.
Right. Right. And I mean, kind of going back to those circadian rhythms too, like your brain has been evolved like for those rhythms and for the seasonal changes. I mean, we're mammals just like the other animals out there. And, we really should be taking a cue from them and what they're doing out there in terms of like, kind of lowering their activity and certain things.
Preserving your energy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, having the status of human requires that we have to, kind of keep up with the flow of modern life, which very often ignores those circadian rhythms. And you know what? It's dark outside. Well, let's just put on all the lights in the house, and now you can still be productive because of all these bulbs that are on right now. But
nothing slows down.
I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know about anybody else, but like, bulb lighting is it's just not the same. I mean, it's just not the same as like sunlight and daylight. I mean, as much as we want to try, it doesn't have the same effect. So those are some of the reasons why you might feel down during these darker months.
And you know what I take from this conversation, Christine?
What, Amanda?
I need my cave. Give me my cave.
Yes.
I'm a bear. I want to eat all the things and then just like sleep it off, sleep through the winter.
Yeah. No, I think animals that either animals that full hibernate or the ones that just sort of slow down, like kind of semi-hibernate, like either one of those, like, where do I sign up?
Yes.
Is there an application form? Like, what do I need to do? Because I do feel like that would be great.
Yes. We'll grow out the body hair.
Yes. Yeah. And just snuggle in a cave. It sounds
Absolutely.
great to me.
We can have our notebook to do our writing, just like in between things that bring us joy, but like, hey, take the pressure off, right?
Right. Read a couple of books.
Absolutely.
In the cave. I mean,
eat the cookies.
Yeah. Bring the carbs into the cave.
We've got it all set, right?
We do.
But don't worry, Joylings. The Fiction Fairies have you covered during these dark days that might bring on a darker mood. We don't want this for you. We want to help you rise out of it. Now, obviously, we can't, if you need medical intervention of some sort, like that, there's no shame in that. Like,
no, go seek it.
Get what you need to have, and then come back and get these tools from us or while you're waiting for your therapy or medication or whatever, hey, give it a try. You might surprise yourself. So we have a 5-minute winter whimsy mood boost routine for you. Because we're not going to just give you like, yes, we've got the antenna vibrating. This is fantastic. The wiggles are, oh my gosh, you guys have to watch this. I love it.
Episode 9 is for visual viewing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, actually, I just thought of it, like, does this mean something that, like, this is episode 9, and we just came out of, like, the 10 darkest weeks of winter, like, was this, like, meant to be?
Maybe.
I think we were meant to really spread joy in these dark times. So, Anyway, we're not going to give you, like, boring routines, There's plenty of advice out there if you want the boring stuff, but you don't come to us for boring, right? You come to us for weird, for whimsy, for joy, for creativity. So, here's what we're going to do. 5 minutes in your morning. Here's what you're going to do. Okay, you're going to set a timer for 5 minutes, and you are going to whimsy your way to joy through this mood-boosting routine for the dark winter days. And special shout out to Christine for coming up with the whimsy your way to joy, because I absolutely love that. I'm going to say it for the rest of my life. I might get a tattoo that says that. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
I was going to go with a t-shirt, but a tattoo. Okay, sure.
Why not? So for minute 1, we're going to invite the light. So here's your assignment. You're going to stand by a window, but imagine it's a castle window, or you're stepping outside into the enchanted forest. If you can get out, wear your jammies. It's fine. Go step outside, wrap up in a blanket. Doesn't matter. Step outside into an enchanted forest. You're going to look at the sky, the trees, or the rooftops, whatever you see from your point of view. Imagine a friendly dragon looking back at you. Okay? Now, you're going to take 3 slow breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. But imagine you're communicating with the dragon. Not just any boring breath work here. We're communicating with our friendly dragon over there. If it's dark, because many of us have to get up when it's still dark out, you're going to let the dragon's fire into your room by turning on a lamp or lighting a candle. That is minute 1. I already feel relaxed just imagining it.
I do too. Yeah, just hearing you go through it, I was like, oh, yeah, all right. I felt the light.
Yes.
So, Joylings, for minute 2, we're going to focus on the body. But as the Fiction Fairies do, we're going to make it whimsical. And we have some options for you, and you just want to do one of them, and you can rotate them daily so it doesn't get boring. So you can, in minute 2, do some shoulder rolls to warm up those fairy wings.
Yes, get those going.
Or you can do some gentle neck stretches to smell the flowers that are outside.
Love it.
You can forward fold toward the mossy ground beneath your feet.
Heavenly.
Or if you're feeling a little feisty, you can do some slow whimsical skips or dance in place.
Yes.
So that's minute 2, all about movement, but whimsically.
Of course, because you have to have the whimsy. You have to have the
Absolutely.
Whimsy. I'm absolutely loving this. I'm doing it. So minute 3, are we ready? We're going to introduce the sound. Put on one song that awakens your inner mythological spirit creature. What is it for you? Are you a unicorn? Are you a fairy? Are you a siren? Are you, I don't know, something else? A troll? Who knows? Whatever it is you want to be. You can be anything you want. The music might inspire some gentle dancing, some wild dancing, whatever you need that day. Whatever, don't think about it. Just let your body take over, okay? Your body's in charge of this part. You might flit from flower to flower, soar over a forest, or hop onto mushrooms. Leap, 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 leap. You're using your imagination. Nobody's judging you here. Just do it. And you know what? If they are judging you, who cares? They're just thinking, wow, she's so cool, or he's so cool. Look at them just, embracing their weirdness. Let your inner weirdness express itself to the music. You do it.
I love it. I love it. And friends, if you listen, do any streaming services for music, there are often ones that are like medieval tavern music. And let me just tell you, I adore those. They have that Celtic Irish kind of feel, and I honestly can't sit still during them.
No.
So
you're
that's just my
right?
Yes. Yeah. So if you really want to be encouched in that whimsy, that's a good choice. So if you can find some medieval tavern music on streaming, go for that minute 3.
I was obsessed with cozy kitchen witch music through the whole fall. I put that on as soon as I got home on my Bluetooth speakers. It made cooking so much more fun.
Yes. Yeah. It's a whole vibe.
Absolutely.
A whole vibe. And I highly recommend.
Totally.
All right. We're at minute 4, Joylings. And minute 4 is going to focus on the mind.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to quietly say or think one whimsical sentence, and we have some suggestions for you. Yes. So you could say, even fairies rest in winter. Or the slow season helps the mushrooms grow. Or today, small is enough. And then for extra fun, go out and literally do small things, eat on a small plate, drink from a small cup, just revel in the tiny things.
Oh, how fun.
That's minute 4.
And that's something to look forward to, right? You just had a goal for yourself. Today I'm only drinking, I'm going to drink my whole cup of tea out of my little espresso cup. Or you just do little things.
Love it.
Pick your tiniest little plate, a child's plate, a child's play plate if you had to. How fun would that be? And then for minute 5, we're going to focus on comfort and intention. So, sip something warm. Wrap in a blanket or a cloak, perhaps. Maybe set an intention for the day. Something like, I will get outside once and find some magic today. Now, what the magic you find, that's going to be very personalized to you and what you view as magical and what's in your environment. I will be kind to myself. Or if you're having a hard time imagining giving yourself the kindness, even though you give it to everybody else, you know what? Think of your inner mythological spirit creature. Think of that troll who just needs some kindness. We're going to give some kindness to that little fairy inside you or that unicorn that helps you get through your days. Be kind. Do something kind for that inner mythological creature, spirit creature. And perhaps something like, I will finish one small quest by tonight. You don't need an overflowing to-do list. You don't. You can, there are days if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're not going to do all the things on that list anyway, let's be honest, because sometimes we have those days and it's just not going to happen. You know what? Focus on one thing. Like, that is going to increase your dopamine so much. Like, just being able to say, I did this one thing. I promised myself and my inner mythological spirit creature, it's hard to say, that we were going to do this, and we accomplished it. And anything else you accomplish is going to be bonus. Be gentle with yourself.
And I think considering even these small things a quest makes it better too.
So much better.
Right? I mean, yeah.
My quest is to clear all the dishes out of the kitchen sink before I go to bed so the mermaid can splash to her heart's content in the sink tonight. You know?
Beautiful.
I mean, why not? Something little that's just going to help you feel better.
Love it.
And when the timer goes off, you'll be in a great mood to start your day. And I really want to hear about this. Like, I want you guys to do it. I want you to let us know how you did, how it felt. Is this something you can see being a routine? Because, I mean, it's whimsical, it's weird, it's wonderful.
Yes.
And you can get a copy of this 5-minute winter whimsy mood boost routine at the link in the show description. Thank you, Christine. Or if you've subscribed to the Substack, it's already cozied up in your inbox. Thank you again, Christine.
What? It will be there. It will be there.
Loves to do all the quests.
Yes, that was my one small quest, was to get that out to you folks. So it should be there. And to add to the brightening up of the darker months of winter, Amanda and I have decided to host a free Whimsy Writer Club session. Again, I'm going to get the antenna going for that. So what's that, you ask?
What is it?
Well, Joylings, it's an online community of creatives, and it's going to be geared towards writers, but I feel like can be open to others. Mm-hmm. So if you're like a songwriter or if you're an artist, I think there'll be enough creativity in there that it might, there might be things that inspire you in whatever way that you're creative. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of just come. There's no experience necessary. So if you're just kind of curious about writing, or you want to just try it, or you want to just hang out with Amanda and I, come and virtually play with us. Yes, I think it's going to be fun.
Absolutely. Because like you said, Christine, like I feel like all art is storytelling, right? Like, yes. And that's what we're focusing on, is just kind of like storytelling, but in a very basic way. Like, this is going to be fun. It's your chance to come hang out with us, be weird and creative, stretch yourself as a creative. It might be the first time in your adult life that you've let yourself just play in this creativity. And you know what? You deserve it. Like, you deserve it. You deserve it. So come join us. You can try being creative if you've never allowed yourself to do it. We'll just have a quick little lesson, like a very quick, like this is not high school English class, right?
No.
This is fairy forest creativity.
Yes.
All right. Like we love the whimsical. We're there to have fun. There's no judgment. There's no critique. There's nothing like that. We'll have some kind of weird and whimsical writing prompts and then give you some writing time. And if you'd like, you'll have a chance to share what you've created. You do not have to. I am not somebody who likes that when I go to like retreats that are group retreats and it's like, okay, time to share what you've written. I am not someone who's raising my hand. I don't like it. You might like it. You might want to, and we want to honor whichever place you fall in that, but you could just come join us for the, creativity.
The community.
And the community. Because what do we need right now? It's free. It is free.
Yes.
Join us. All you have to do is, get signed up with our Substack.
Yep. So the first Whimsy Writer Club will be on February 26th at 7 p.m. And that's going to be Eastern time because we're both on the East Coast. So you have some time to think about it, talk yourself into it, to get brave, to join us, to say yes to whimsy, creative fun with us.
Do it.
And you'll have to calculate it for your own time zone. You're welcome from any time zone. Just calculate it so that you know when 7 p.m. is where you're at. Yes. And if you can't come live, we'll try to record it. We'll see if we can figure that out and send that out. I can't make any guarantees, but anyway. And I think it's going to be really fun to be there live too, so that you can participate.
You get to be
so
part of that energy.
Yes, yeah, there really is. I mean, I've gone to a ton of these kinds of things, and there really is something, even though it's virtual, there's something to being in a virtual, room with other people who are trying to be creative as well. It is definitely an energy that you can still get through the screen. So we're going to host this on Zoom. So if you're a Substack subscriber of ours for Fiction Fairies, you'll get the Zoom link to join in a Fiction Fairies Substack email. So that's how you get access to the Zoom link.
Fantastic. So, hey, listen, come out of your cave for just this one little night, join us in this wonderful energy, right?
Yeah.
The most important.
Well, it's kind of like come out of your cave to come into our cave.
That's right. It's just community cave. We're going to light the candles for you. We're going to maybe we'll have a little soundtrack in the background. Who knows what we'll do?
What we'll do.
You don't know what to expect. It's novelty for your brain. It's going to be some sensory stimulation. It's all the things we've talked about today that you're missing out on because of winter. And we're going to help you to have those things. It's our gift to you. So join us. Most important thing you need to do if you want to attend our very first Whimsy Writer Club session. I just love how that sounds. Whimsy Writer Club. Join us. It's going to be on February 26th, 2026. Whoa, 226226.
Oh, that's
didn't even notice that until just now.
Me either. Yes.
Okay. All right. At 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All you have to do, join the Fiction Fairies Substack. There is no cost at all to any of it. You can get our emails, and we'll be sending out a link to the Zoom as we get closer. There is a link to that Substack for you to subscribe in the show description.
Right. And if you join us there on Substack, you'll be all set to join us live or watch the replay, as that link will be sent to you through the Substack subscription when we get closer to the event. So we won't do it right now, but as we get closer to February 26th, one of those Substack emails that comes out right to your inbox will have a Zoom link for you to click and register, and then you'll be ready. Because Joylings, we would love to spend some time with you being creative, so we really hope you'll join us.
Yes, and bring a friend if you want to, or just be prepared to maybe make some friends. Even if it's just,
and again, you don't have to be a writer. Any kind of creative type person, I think, can participate. Yes. And I mean, I just was in a class the other day, and somebody was talking about how we're all writers. Yeah. I mean, you pick up a pen and write, and we're all writers.
So many people that I know, when they hear that I'm a writer, they are like, oh, I've always wanted to write. Well, hey, nothing's stopping you. Like, nothing's stopping. Nope. Okay, the world maybe has stopped you. We're unleashing that. We're like, come on, the creativity's coming out of you. We're pulling it out.
Yep.
Letting you honor it. Let's let's get it. Let's get it. This is your time.
Yes.
Okay. So, everybody, you have your assignment. That is what we're going to do. Sign up for our Substack so that you can be notified when it's time to hop on into that Zoom. Don't be shy, or be shy. That's okay, but come anyway. So for our Sprite spell, our last challenge was to accept something about yourself that has changed as you've aged. So one thing that I have accepted but that has changed as I've aged is that when I was younger, people always used to be like surprised when I told them my age, like, oh, you look so much younger. And I never hear that anymore. I never hear that anymore. My skin has changed. I had a hysterectomy when I was 40, so I went from I was not in perimenopause or anything yet, and went to complete surgical menopause overnight. My skin changed. My age caught up with me. I got all these lines all over my face, and at first, I was like, I'm always going to age gracefully, and I'm going to be honored by these marks. And I struggled with it a little bit, for a while, where I was like, oh, I don't feel like myself anymore. I feel like, wow, like, what is all this? I think, did I send you the meme, Christine, where I saw this meme where it was looking at your laugh lines, and you're like, what was so funny? Was there anything that funny in my, but
yes,
honestly, I'm fine now. Like, there's no amount of cream that's going to change it. You can't undo the years of sun damage because I'm a very fair-skinned redhead who very rarely used sunscreen on my face, and menopause changes your skin, and especially when it's very abrupt. And like, honestly, like, there's some freedom in not having to care that much about it, to be like, I am the age, I'm turning 50 this year, and like, I feel really great about that. I honestly do. Like, I have never dreaded a decade year. And I know some people do. And that's totally fine. Like, I get it. But I look at my life and, like, what has brought me to this. And I'm fine with, like, those marks, those lines being on my face. And, like, just, like, I have so much to reflect back on and so much joy that's been in my life and so many struggles that I've overcome in my life. And just, there's just so much that I'm not going to let, like, some lines define who I am as a person. And I'm not, and you know what? If people don't tell me, how could you possibly be that age? Well, it's okay. It's okay. Because I really didn't like it when I was a young mom and people were like, are you 16 and have 3 babies? And I'm like, no, I'm in my 20s. So there's some freedom in that as well. So sorry, get all deep and philosophical there with you, but... And it doesn't mean that I don't sometimes curse those lines still, where I'm like, why do you look like that? But
you're much more accepting of it now. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I still think you look pretty young.
Well, thank you.
That's, yeah. But yeah. So for me, again, it's kind of on a similar vein with like a physical kind of thing. So for basically my whole life, all the decades previous to right now, I've been in the situation where if I wash my hair and let it dry naturally, it is curly and wavy. I'm not going to say that it was like nice curly and wavy because it was like wild and uncontrolled.
As
but
a forest fairy should be.
Well, yeah, banshee almost. Though I don't know that it was quite as delightful as fairy hair. It was a little more like untamable, but. I spent, almost, 4+ decades like working with this, thick, curly, wavy, banshee hair and taming that. And then, enter the forest crone era. And all of a sudden now when I wash and let my hair air dry, and I'm talking same wash routine, same products, it dries almost completely straight.
Really?
And it's so strange because like I've never had completely straight hair, and I'll wash it and let it air dry, and it's just there. Like these curls, folks, if you're watching, these are man-made curls, but like it just totally straight. And I kind of look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, who is that?
Right.
Like, where did that hair come from? But again, as the Sprite Spell challenged us to do, I kind of the other day was looking in the mirror and I was like, okay, you're 51 and your hair is straight now. That's it. That's just it.
Right.
So, and I mean, it's not that I can't curl it and wear it curly. I can, but it takes a little more effort now, and the curl doesn't stay in there like it used to. But these are the changes that forest crones have to roll with and continue on. And I did look it up. Careful not to look at all the other things that can happen when you're a forest crone, because then I will think I have all of those things
we don't want
as
to put
well.
that in their heads.
No, but hormonally, you can have changes in hair going from curly to straight or straight to curly during that forest crone time. Yeah. Just another one of those joys.
Of course.
So,
well, and like,
here we are.
First of all, your hair has always been gorgeous. It continues to be gorgeous. Absolutely love your hair. However it becomes the way it is, it's like phenomenal.
I mean, I think it looks best with heart antenna.
Absolutely. I mean, that does enhance it for sure.
It does. It really does. I love how you can't resist laughing when I make them.
I can't because it's so
spring
cute.
Around.
Oh, those antennae are amazing. Amazing. But also, like, I think what you said makes so much sense. Like, you look in the mirror and it's like you expect to see one thing, because I still think of myself as that younger woman a lot of the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm totally different, and I like myself more now that I'm older. Like I feel more confident, more bold, more assertive, like more fully myself than when I was younger, when I was trying on different roles, I guess. And but when you look, like, I look at myself and I'm just like, whoa, I didn't expect to see that. And that is gradually getting better. I'm getting to kind of think of myself more in terms of who I am now. But it is kind of like surprised sometimes where you're like, whoa, when did my hair do that? Oh, when did my eyes become like that? Or, oh, when did that thing appear?
Happen, and I think it's even more obvious when you see yourself in like a photograph, because I think like in the mirror, like you look at yourself in the mirror like every day, so like your mind already tricks yourself that you're looking at like the 25-year-old version of yourself, but then somebody will like take a picture and show you on their phone, and you're like, oh my god, like who is that elderly woman in that picture?
Like, whoa, what expression was that?
And you're like, does my neck really look like that? Like, no, it doesn't.
I had my son and daughter-in-law's baby shower. I wore this. They had like this dragon theme, and I have this really cute, what I think is a very cute dragon dress, and it twirls when you spin. I mean, like, and it has pockets, and I love it.
Oh,
and
pockets.
I thought I looked very cute, and then I saw pictures. I was like, what? First of all, it's way too big for me. Like, I should have had a smaller size, and so it makes me look even bigger than I am. But I didn't realize that, because in the mirror it looked fine, and in the picture I was like, did I legitimately look like that? And I think it was like a bad angle too, it definitely was not, but I was like, I have not put that dress on again.
No.
Like, wait a minute. But you know what, who cares? Because you know what, I was there to celebrate this beautiful now grandbaby, so I don't really care that my body looks like that. And I mean,
just the fact that you own a dragon dress is commendable. That is commendable. I'm telling you. So,
and it spins and has pockets. So
I know. Yeah, you pretty much had me at dragon, and then to say it had pockets on top of it. I mean, like, I'm like, that thing is a double threat.
And there's such big pockets that like I can put like this water bottle in them. Like, which by the way, did you see my new unicorn sticker?
Ooh. I love it. I love it. Well, I imagine a dragon dress would need big pockets because I assume that an owner of a dragon dress hangs out with dragons. True. And I assume that dragons like pretty big treats. Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about little dog treats here. We're talking about big
that's true.
things that they can really get their crunch on.
And you're like on a quest to collect trinkets, right? Because like dragons love to hoard those. So like you're gonna find some shiny rocks or some pretty seashells, and those need to go in the pockets, and then they come home and go on my windowsills.
Yeah, I'm thinking that a future Fiction Fairies podcast episode needs to see the dragon dress. I'm just saying.
Perhaps.
I don't know. Just saying.
Not that picture of me in the dragon dress.
No.
Perhaps that'll figure out how to style it so it does not look as frumpy as it did.
There we go. So that's, I guess, I think we did okay with that last sprite spell too, in accepting that. And I hope I hope you did too, Joylings.
Absolutely.
And we'd love to hear about it. So the new challenge, this one is just going to be sort of a more practical one for you Joylings this week. And it's to subscribe to our Substack, just so you can be a solid part of this weird community and take part in things that we have planned, such as the Whimsy Writer Club. And you don't ever know what else we will come up with.
We're always thinking.
Yeah, Amanda and I are dangerous when we come together. So anything is possible. So that's the sprite spell for this week, is to join our Substack, link below.
We literally never say no to each other, right? Like,
no.
We'll be like, I have this crazy idea.
I just said no. Yeah.
We'll be like, I have this crazy idea, and you might not be into it. You're like, yeah, I'm into it. Like, that's just like how we roll. We're like,
yes.
Well, I was thinking, let's do it. Like, I don't know if we know how to. We're gonna figure it out. Like, we're gonna do it.
Exactly.
So you never know what will be brewing over here in the forest.
Nope. You want to be a part of it.
You do. I mean, why miss out? And it's free, so it's like no risk. I mean, if you go in there and you like really hate it, then
leave.
At least you tried, right? Like, at least you tried.
If you show up and then you suddenly are like, this is not for me. This is just too much, and you leave. We'll just hunt you down later and demand to know why.
Yeah, we'll be like, what do you mean we're too much? Like, we haven't had that our whole lives.
Right.
Don't worry, we can take rejection. We're writers that publish our work.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I mean, we'll just send our army of unicorn after you, and they'll bring you to us, and you will be questioned and tortured. Yeah.
Yes, tortured with, like, fairy dust glitter. Sprinkles and love, and we'll just be like, but we love you. Why do you not love us?
Yeah. That's it. That's all. So no big deal.
No, it's no risk. Deal. No risk at all.
No.
Well, we'll see how you did with this new sprite spell in the next episode. We want to see those Substack subscriptions coming in to show us that you want to be part of this Whimsy Writers Club. And Joylings, tell us about your progress with any of the sprite spells. Like literally, like this is episode 9, but we're growing every episode. We're trying to bring our community in. If you're listening, like if this is your very first time, you can go back, listen on double speed. I tried listening to us on 1.5 speed the other day, and it was quite funny. So if you don't have a lot of time, or you can skip around if we're talking about something that doesn't interest you, skip ahead. We might get to something you like. But you can always go back and try out any of the sprite spells at any time, and then let us know how it is. Because like if we're on episode 40 and you're like, oh, I tried that sprite spell from episode 3, we're just gonna be thrilled. We're not gonna be like, where have you been? We're gonna be so excited to have you here now. So come as you are.
Yeah. Yes.
You can comment wherever you listen or watch the podcast, or you can send us a direct message on social media. Like we love that too. We love engaging with our Joylings. So join us. Our links are in the show description always, and on the About tab of our Fiction Faeries Substack, which you're going to go check out because you're going to sign up for the Whimsical Writer Club.
Correct. And I think that's it for episode 9. So if you enjoyed the Fiction Faeries podcast, hit that like button, subscribe, find us on social media, leave a review, tell everyone you know about the podcast. And if you're a creative person and want to be a guest on the Fiction Faeries podcast, or you're a listener with a suggestion, there are forms in the show description and on our Substack to contact us.
Yes, and I have to note too, like you don't have to be like a published author or anything to join us. Like you could just be someone who just lives in your creativity somewhere. Maybe you make cool sculptures out of wood that you find in the forest, or maybe you collect seashells and make jewelry out of them. Like we want to hear from you. Like we love all aspects of art and creativity, and they all bring us joy. So we'd love to have you on and have you join our conversation.
Yeah, we've had 2 authors on so far, but we would love to talk to any kinds of creatives. Absolutely.
And if there's anything, any type of creative person you would like to see interviewed here, shout out. We can go on a quest. Christine loves homework. I'll do the homework. I don't mind doing the homework. I don't know, I do love reaching out to people.
Not only does Christine like homework, she likes to assign it.
She does. Well, so. She's a teacher always. But now we'll leave you with the Glimmer Challenge. Let me grab my little wand here. So the Glimmer Challenge of asking you to find and spread joy today. Farewell, Joylings. Leaving my wand.
Farewell, Joylings. And I'm going to have to give you one more. Antenna wiggle.
Wiggle the antenna. So much joy.
We'll see you next time.
Fluttering the wings.
On the Fiction Faeries podcast.
Bye.
Bye.